Hi everybody. I'm here to talk about the Glarry guitar, which is a brand you might not have heard of, and I never did either, until I went poking around on the internet to see what was the absolute cheapest guitar you could buy. I kind of wanted to try a Tele. They're getting kind of trendy right now. This is their version of it. It's a copy. Comes in a few different colors, and so it's a Tele copy from Glarry. So when I say it's cheap, I mean this guitar delivered with some accessories was $95 complete, with including shipping. So what you get for that is you get the guitar, you get a bag that is really thin, and I don't think it really gives you any protection. I wouldn't, it might give protection from a little sprinkle of rain on the way out to the car, but you better be laying it down on a soft blanket, because this thing's pretty much, there's absolutely no padding in there. So, you know, that's what it is. I'm not here to trash the guitar or anything. I just want to say what it is and my own opinion of it. So, you know, you get a bag. Is it a great bag? No, it's not a great bag. It also comes with a cable, so you can plug it in. You don't have to buy a cable. Now, the cable is also pretty thin, and pretty inexpensive, pretty budget-wise. I mean, here's a regular one from my guitar shop, and then here's the Glarry cable. I'm not sure if you can see, you know, what we're talking about there in terms of the beefiness of the cables, and really no comparison. But it works. So I plug it in, it works. It also came with the strap. A very inexpensive budget strap, but it's a strap and it holds the guitar up. It also came with a couple of Allen wrenches, one for the tension on the neck and another one to do some adjusting of the, I forget what they call these things, the saddles. And so you can raise them up or down a little bit with this tiny Allen wrench, which I'm not sure where I put that right now. But and it also came with a whammy bar, which is really interesting because there's no place to put this, and you cannot, most Teles don't have whammy bars, and there isn't any place to put this, and it's absolutely not for this guitar. Funny thing is, I saw a online review of a Stratocaster, and when the guy took it out of the box, he said, "Hey, there was no whammy bar in there." So I think they're putting, maybe they're putting them all in the Telecaster boxes. I don't know. Who knows? So the good news is that I got the guitar. The shipping was pretty quick. It came when they said it would. There wasn't damaged or anything. The body of it, the finish of the guitar is pretty good. It's nice. I got a black one. They have a few other colors. The switches seem okay, and they feel decent. The neck has a kind of a very thin kind of finish. It's almost bare. It almost feels like it's bare wood on the back of the neck there. This one is supposed to be a maple neck. It has like a, you can see there's a thin, it's not like a solid piece. I don't know if that's even possible to see that, but it's got the, you know, generally like the thin fretboard on top of there. Now, I didn't really, that was a problem. I didn't think it doesn't really feel that smooth. My hand kind of sticks on it. I mean, maybe you could take some steel wool or put some shellac on it or some furniture polish, I don't know. But just right out of the box, it's kind of sticky. And I'm a little spoiled. Like I said, I got my new Strat, and I mean, that thing is, you just move your hand up and down it, it's just beautiful. I can't even describe it. But so I'm comparing, you know, apples and oranges a little bit. But it doesn't have the greatest movement. The action, the level of the strings on it is okay. I did tweak the neck tension a little bit, and I don't know, it didn't seem to do too much when I was turning it, and I didn't really want to mess with it. It wasn't all that bad out of the box, so I was just like, best leave it alone. So, and then the intonation of it was pretty off. So when I tuned the strings, when I hit the 12th fret, it was everything was sharp. Every string was sharp. So I was able to adjust that though with a screwdriver. Back in here, I moved these saddles back. This comes with the 3 different ones. Each one holds 2 strings. Not each individual string has one, which I've seen pretty nice tellies that have the same setup too. So that in itself is not, I don't think, necessarily a problem. And I was able to get them all set so that the intonation sounded okay. I also put new strings on it. Comes with strings. They might have been sitting around for a while. I don't know. And I did that even when I bought my new Strat. I just put new strings on it. I put D'Addario strings on this. When I took the strings off, the forget what you call these things, but the tuners, they're really not that great, and all these nuts were loose, and so I tightened all those up, and that's something that is, you want to do that anytime you string up a guitar, is check and make sure those are snug. The action on the tuners is not the smoothest thing in the world. I mean, they're not, they're cheap, so everything with it. The pick guard here, I didn't take the plastic off, that's why it looks a little scuffed up here. I'll get around to that, but it's a little buggy around the edges. It's not, whatever, who cares, right? So I'm not going to plug this into an amp because I don't think you can really tell how good a guitar sounds on a video. Putting it through a different amp and different kind of microphone and all that stuff. So I have tried this out in a couple of different amps, and now we're getting kind of to the bad news. I mean, the good news is it works, it's out of the box. I was able to kind of set it up a little bit. The finish is good. Had cables and accessories that came with it, no strap. But I plugged it in and I just had a little trouble the sound quality of the guitar. I'm not sure what's going on. It sounds kind of out of tune a lot, it just doesn't have a real nice sound to it. This is my opinion. I'm not here to bag on the Glarry guitar. It's just, it is what it is. It's the cheapest thing you can buy, and that kind of brings me to the point, which is, do you really want to buy the cheapest thing you can buy? Because I usually don't. I have found that whether you're buying a tool or a car or anything, if you find the cheapest thing and then you look at ones that are maybe a little bit more money, you're usually a little bit better off with that. So I'm going to have to say my general opinion is that you probably don't want to go out and try to find the absolute cheapest guitar you can find. One of the ways that I wound up with this is kind of a funny story, because I went to Guitar Center. They had on sale a Tele copy. It was the Squire Bullet model, and it was on sale for $129, which isn't really a whole lot more money than this. But I took it out of the box. I got it up there, and the guy went in the back for like 20 minutes. He finally comes out. It's in the box. I said, I need to check it out. Okay, no problem. We take it out, check it out. I tune it, I I take it over, plug it into an amp, and you know, they're all cool with that, you know, letting you check it out and stuff. So that was all good, and I started playing it, and man, it was pretty nice. You know, I was thinking for 129, I was sold pretty much, but I was playing it and I'm flipping around the pickup switch and the front switch was dead. It didn't work. So everything else, and I said to the guy, can you fix it? There's a guitar tech there. I said, if he can fix it real quick, just maybe open it up and, you know, see what's going on. Maybe it's just a wire loose or needs to be soldered. Put it back and I'll buy it. And he said, let me check with my manager, blah, blah, blah. Next thing he says, we can't do it because our Fender tech, or our tech that's here is not Fender warranty certified. So I'm like, oh, we're already dealing with a warranty repair. I haven't even bought the thing yet. And then he went on to tell me that if I was going to buy that guitar, it'd probably be a good idea to get the extended warranty. And I'm just going like, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm not going to buy a broken guitar and then buy an extended warranty. And then his next suggestion was to get the Guitar Center credit card so I could buy a nicer guitar and just make payments on it. So I'm not going to do that either. So I don't know what, you know, I know they tell these guys they got to try to sell the warranty, they got to try to push the credit card, you know, but I mean, it was just silly. So, and of course I asked them, hey, do you happen to have another one? No, we don't. We just had that one. They had them at a couple other stores. You know, I just thought, I had looked at the Glarry online and I saw some reviews that were, you know, mixed, but you know, of course a lot of the reviews on their website were pretty good, which is, you know, hey, I wonder why, right? And so I thought, I'll take a chance, what the heck, you know, I don't feel like driving around every Guitar Center in town to try to find like a working brand new guitar. And I was pretty frustrated with their whole experience there, the service and everything, and I've kind of had trouble with them. I don't think that, it probably depends on what store you're going to. I mean, they're obviously not paying people a lot of money to work there. So what are you going to do, right? I mean, I don't blame them. They tried to be helpful, but, you know, it's just a little bit crazy, like this whole business of selling the extended warranty on a broken guitar and, you know, all that crap. Anyway, so that's how I wound up with this. I ordered it, it came in a timely fashion, I opened it up and tried it out, and those are some of the issues that I had. I didn't really, I've played it a fair amount, and I put new strings on it, Nadaria strings, which I usually use, and that helped it a little bit, but there's just something going on here. I don't know what it is. I can't really get the guitar. It just doesn't sound in tune a lot. It doesn't sound that good. It honestly doesn't sound that good, and it is what it is. I'm not knocking it. I saw a guy reviewing their Stratocaster online, and I mean, he just drilled it, you know. So that's not what I'm about. I just want to say, hey, you know, you get what you pay for, is what it comes down to. And I'm, again, going out there to try to buy the cheapest thing there is out there, car, tool, whatever it is. It's just, I don't think it's worth it. And your best bet, and one of the ways they kind of sell that idea is that these guitars are great for a student or a beginner, and that to me is not right, because if you're a student or a beginner, you want to have something pretty decent. You don't want just the worst, you know, possible cheapest thing you can get. You want to have something that, you know, plays right, and that when you finally figure out how to play that chord and you play it, a nice sound comes out, and then you think, hey, that's cool, that sounds good, you know, and let me, you know, it inspires you to learn and to play more, you know. But if you have a guitar that doesn't sound good and you play some chords and you're like, am I playing that chord right? It doesn't kind of sound good. You know, that's the problem I have. I got this guitar for practicing scales and just leave it, something I don't have to worry about. I can leave it in the car, you know. I'm not worried if somebody steals my $95 guitar. I mean, I don't want them to, but it's just, you know, this was just a kick around and pick up a few minutes here and there to practice at work and do some scales, and I can, and it works for that. It's I brought it home over the weekend, and I thought, let me just plug this thing in, and you know, I keep saying to myself, give it another chance. I've given it so many chances. It just doesn't sound good. I don't know what to say really. And then I'd play the thing for 2 minutes, and I'm like, why am I playing this? I got a beautiful Strat I just bought, you know, sitting there like a Fender, a real American Fender Strat. I mean, that thing is beautiful, like a instrument. It sounds, you can just say it's a high-end guitar. The incredible difference. Now I wouldn't say you have to go out and spend that kind of money. I think that was about $800, which is a lot. But you know, that was a present to myself, and that I don't get very often like that. But I think you can get into something that's in the price range of $200. You know, if you can spend $200, I think you can get out there and get something. And also, where you buy the guitar from is, don't, if you buy a guitar online, you can never check it out. I mean, if you know somebody that knows guitars really well, buy a used one on Craigslist. There's tons of them. And if the person can go with you and check the guitar out, that's great. Because, but if you don't know what you're looking for or what to check and stuff, you don't know what you're going to get. So if you know what you're doing, or you have somebody that can go with you and go out and you know, pick one off of Craigslist. Lots of musicians pick up used guitars all the time. Some of the greatest guitars out there are some older used ones, and so, you know, they're the most coveted guitars around. So there's nothing wrong with buying a used guitar. Just make sure you have somebody with you that knows what you're getting, because you don't want to go out on Craigslist and pay more for it than what they bought it for, you know, because you're not really familiar with what it's about. So I have a guitar. I would recommend going to a local guitar store, music store, and I found that the service was much better. There's a local store where I live here in San Fernando Valley called K's Music Scene, and they are fantastic. And every guitar that you want to check out, you take it down, it's in tune. I don't have to tune every guitar that I want to try and play. And so George in there, the owner, he has great deals. He has a vast amount of knowledge about guitars and every other kind of instruments, guitars, keyboards, everything. It's a small place just packed with nice stuff. He mainly specializes in Fender electrics. So that's the place to get it, and you're going to build a relationship with somebody. And the funny thing is I found out that he's selling the stuff just as cheap as I can get it anywhere else. You think you're going to some place where you're going to get always the best price or get it online or something. You go into a local guitar shop, like the one I do, and he said, hey, the Strat's last year's model, I'll knock $200 off of it. And I played the thing for a few minutes, and I was just like, oh man, I'll take it. You know, this thing is beautiful. I looked around. I mean, they were selling the Mexican Strats for the same price I bought this American one. So, you know, you can get a good deal going to a local, and you're just going to get the service. You build a relationship. You go back in. You know, maybe a month later, you say, I want to try getting a pedal. What's good? He tells you. He's got the time and the expertise to spend and talk to people and help them get the thing they really want. So that's the other thing about where to buy a guitar. And otherwise, I'm not sure what else I had to say about it. I think I mentioned it was really, really light. I don't know if doesn't really mean anything. I mean, I guess, but I'm not sure what it's made of under there. It's really, really light. And the weird finish on the back, it has this little dark spot, like a knot in the wood right there on the neck, and it's kind of funny because what it reminded me of is it's smooth, so it's not a problem, but it just reminded me of like when Keith Richards would stick his cigarette right up in there, you know, and like maybe it fell over and burned, you know, little Keith Richards cigarette burn patina on it. So other than that, you know, it is what it is. You get what you pay for. I'd head to my local guitar shop and let them help you find the thing you really want. Thanks.